Hi there, Laura Wilson from Gold Star Work here. Welcome to day 16 of building our daily painting habit. So today I was torn. Yesterday I was doing my autumn leaf picture, and I know it's going to take a bit of time, and I was really getting into it, and I thought, oh, I really want to carry on doing that, but is that going to be kind of boring for you to watch because you've already seen me doing that, even though I haven't finished the painting. But I've decided I'm going to do one more day on my autumn leaf painting today. I've been thinking about it overnight and made a few little changes, and set up a little still life with the lighting to help me. So I'm going to show you that and what I've been doing. I doubt I'll finish it today, but I'm pretty sure that I'll get further along and feel happier with the way it's going by the end of the day. So let's go get painting. So I decided I needed a bit of help doing this painting to get the effect that I wanted, because the picture that I was using had different lighting. So what I've done is I've just got some branches of the oak tree. I could only get the ones on the ground because the oak tree is way too high for me to get anything off the tree. So I just grabbed some branches and I've lit it from where I want it, from underneath there, and I've just taped it onto the other background to give me an idea of the colour that would be reflecting onto the leaves and things. And I'm going to use that as a help for me as I'm painting this one. So I've already sketched in a few more leaves. I'm not following it exactly, but it's just going to help me with my lighting and my composition. Here I am doing my autumn leaf picture again. I was thinking about this one overnight, and I wanted to do some more on it, and I was having a little bit of trouble with the lighting effects, because the little photo that I was getting the colour of the leaves from and things was lit differently, and it just wasn't really gelling. But I could see that it had some really good potential, so I wanted to carry on and try and do it. And while I was feeling enthusiastic and I had an idea in my head of what I wanted to do, I wanted to actually do it. And so I set up that little still life next to me to give me an idea of the lighting that I was going for in this picture. And I wanted to add a few more leaves in as well, especially up the top here, to kind of balance out the picture a bit more. I'm trying to see where I've my chalk drawing properly, where I need to put my leaves in. So I was getting quite enthusiastic about my painting yesterday. After I'd finished painting, I went into my gallery and was choosing some paintings to put into an art show, because that was one of the things that I was talking about before, is, you know, why do we paint? We don't paint just so we can have more paintings in the garage. We do actually want to show our work. It's our way of communicating with the world. And I was looking at the paintings and all the things I've been studying lately and thinking about in terms of composition and light and shadow, and not painting at things but painting actual effects rather than the objects, and how we can make paintings amazing by how we like them and how we look at them, what we choose to paint and what we choose to leave out. So I was thinking about all that as I was looking around my gallery and thinking, this painting would have been so much better if I had have softened those edges, or if I had have spotlighted that area, or if I had have put more light over here and less light over there. And I was looking at them thinking, I want to repaint all of these. Not in a negative way, not thinking, I did a terrible job, but because suddenly things were starting to click in my head. You know how when you're learning new things or learning a skill, and painting is something that you're always learning. It doesn't matter how good you are at it or how long you've been painting, you will always be learning with painting. There's always something more to learn. And so it doesn't matter how often you hear something until your brain is actually ready to hear that message. It doesn't sink in, it doesn't click. And all of a sudden, a lot of what I've been listening to and reading about on light and painting effects rather than objects and things is starting to make a lot more sense in my head. And all of a sudden I'm thinking, this is really exciting. I feel like I'm stepping up my game and I'm gonna move on to the next level in my painting. And so when I was thinking about this painting, I was thinking, I'm trying to do it out of my head in terms of the composition and the way the light was hitting the leaves, and I wasn't quite getting the effect that I wanted. So that's why I ended up going and getting some of the leaves and trying to figure out how to light it so I got the lighting effect that I wanted. Now it's not the colours that I was after, because these leaves of these little branches have fallen off the tree, but it was going to give me an idea of how the light was actually hitting those leaves, so I could really concentrate on the effect that I wanted. So I got quite enthused and I wanted to do that painting while it was fresh in my mind and I had all that enthusiasm for it. And it doesn't matter what stage you are at painting, there's always something that you look at your paintings and you think, I could improve on that. So if you're just a beginner, then that's exciting because you've got lots and lots of things to learn. It can also be quite intimidating, but you do what you can do. And as you get better, your brain decides it's ready to accept a new challenge. So for me, I feel like I'm ready to accept a new challenge here of making my paintings more dynamic and more interesting by playing with that concept of having a very focused centre of interest and how the light works with it to make the painting more exciting. So that's what I am thinking about as I'm painting this, is how can I make this more than just a painting of some leaves. The other thing I realised when I went and got my leaves was that the picture that I was looking at had different shaped leaves from the oak tree that we've got, because it has more rounded bits, and maybe it wasn't an oak tree picture I was looking at, maybe it was some kind of maple. So now I'm sort of thinking, do I need to round off my edges and things to make it look like the oak tree? So I may do that. So I'm just blocking in those extra leaves so that I can see if I've got enough of them in and if I'm happy with the composition. So I managed to get up at 6 o'clock yesterday, and I had things that I needed to do early in the morning, and they took longer than I thought they would. So in the end, I didn't kind of feel like I had gained a lot of time. But I was further ahead than if I hadn't have got up early in the morning, so that was good. Now what I'm doing here is I've actually taken a photo of the little scene that I lit as well, because it's actually on the wrong side of me and I can't see the lighting effect that I've made from where I'm painting. Is that, yeah, it's tricky when you're filming to figure out where to put everything. And I think I'm going to round off the edges to make it more like the oak tree leaves that I was trying to do. It was interesting when I lit this, when I was thinking about having the light coming from up here, I was thinking these bits here would all be highlighted, and that's what I was trying to do, and it wasn't really working, and that's why I got the light out and actually put it on some leaves. And it was interesting when I did that, because what was happening is the light wasn't quite hitting where I imagined it would be hitting. And with the folds of the leaves and that, it was making interesting patterns, and so the light was sort of coming up here and coming more around here and making interesting shadows around here. So that's what I'm trying to show at the moment, the interesting patterns and things that was going on the leaf because of the way the light was hitting it. So I'm not just painting the leaf, I'm trying to paint the light. I'm trying to make the leaf a lot more interesting by painting the light that was going on in the leaf. So I'm going to stop here for this one. Zoom in on a few bits so you can have a good look. So I'm pretty happy with how that one's turning out, and I may even be finished, but I'll wait to look at it tomorrow with a fresh eye and see what else I need to do with it. But tomorrow I think I'll go on and paint something else. So if you've been enjoying this series so far, don't forget to like and subscribe. That really helps me out to know that what I'm doing is interesting to you. And don't forget to get your paints out and do some painting too. So happy painting, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. I'll give you a quick update on this autumn leaf painting. When I got it home, I decided that these leaves over here were too dull and I needed to brighten them up a bit. They were all sinking into the background too far and I couldn't really see them. They weren't telling the story I wanted, so I brightened them up the next day before I started my new video for building a daily painting habit. So I've actually done 2 lots of painting on this day, but I'm feeling happier with it now that I've brightened these areas up a bit. They're standing out from the background a bit better, but still not taking over from this area here, which is my main centre of interest. So that's what I've done so far, and I will carry on working on that over the next couple of weeks and see how I feel about it. But I think it's shaping up really nicely. I'm really happy about this one. So I thought I'd just give you an update and see you tomorrow. Bye.